Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Well, I'm glad we were able to really solve that incredibly intricate technical problem before the show.
We put all our brains to it.
Jesus.
Give us a little time and anything's possible.
Anyway, welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. We are enjoying our second decade.
Have you
of the
considered
show.
standing in a stairwell?
That has become a daily routine. I've been trying to get effects since the early days of radio. I have been trying to get effects. Howard couldn't do it. Howard had like professional engineers on top of each other, and he could only get. Hey, Robert, hurry. It's the hardest thing to do in the world. Hey, there's not a guitar player picking his ass that can't produce 7,000 different sounds with his guitar.
Right.
Try to get a voice synth that modifies your voice at all, and it's like pulling teeth. Has been forever.
You need
Story
a pedal.
Of my life.
What about
you need a
What
pedal.
about a megaphone?
Anyway, Brooklyn, New York, Fairhope, Alabama, Eunice, Louisiana, Eunice, Winthrop, Massachusetts. Show low to do that to a body, low. Sholo, Arizona, and Nairobi, Kenya. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now. And I think, Oscar, that yesterday when we were breaking up, we were saying that we'll see Robb Wednesday. But lo and behold, turn that music off, please.
It's
Robb
Tuesday.
is here. Robb is here right
I'm
now.
here.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to steal his thunder and announce that after visiting the liver doctor today, ladies and gentlemen, the report is he's not going to die.
Yay!
Yet.
It only took him 3 months to figure that out.
That's right.
He's
And
not-
it's my fault.
He's not going to
You
die.
have more detail than I do, Mike. I have no idea what's going on.
I
He
actually
didn't call
called
you?
Mike.
I got a
I
text.
texted him. I texted Oscar.
Oh, he called me, and then I called him back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he called me at Happy Valley, and I got the good news. And then I jumped in the car and called him back because I wanted to get more detail.
Don't spoil
and
anything.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. So let me do it again, Oscar. I'll do it the right way, like for people that wouldn't know.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robb saw a liver specialist today, and he does not need a transplant.
Yay!
I don't know if it could have gone better. Would that be?
No, I would
the
say
only
that-
way it would go better is if they said, no, there is nothing wrong. You never should have been here in the first place. But
If
there
they
was
had
something
said they
wrong.
would, they didn't ask me to donate. They weren't that pleased with
Here's
it.
an idea. Why don't you
But-
let Robb tell us a story?
Ooh, a cool
Well, F
icy
you.
stare. First of all, let's all
That
collectively
was very rude.
rude and rude.
Go ahead, Robb.
A
The
collective
floor is
round
yours.
a collective round of applause for Georgetown Hospital, which looks like it comes out of a 1940s movie. It really does look like you're going onto the set of Dr. Kildare. I called my father before I called you, Mike, and I said, good news all around. I went to Georgetown. It looks really old. He says, God, it looked old when you were born there 51 years ago. It's been
You
old.
were born at Georgetown?
I was. This is my first time back, so it was kind of cool. But got there, amazingly well run for a period piece hospital.
Hold on, moron. I'm sorry. I have to stop you now because
Mike-
the gloves are coming off. For a period piece, it doesn't
We
matter
give
what the hospital...
Zero fucks about the hospital. We want to know
It's-
about your health.
So I
health, and Robb, it doesn't matter what the place is legendary.
I know.
So-
It was so cool to see Indiana Jones walking around.
Oh my God.
This guy.
Okay.
But I get up to the and again, Mike, this was a building amount of anxiety, concern, and worry because even though I've been feeling better and my scores have reflected stuff that is good, when they called me with my robocall, and we talked about this on yesterday's show, and they said, sure, just report to the transplant center. It's on the second floor. That's enough to jostle you. It was not exactly easy to put my head on the pillow and shut my eyes last night.
By the way, I acquired that early on in the game, and I have not been going to it. I plan to do it more often now.
Good.
Because it's, because the day after you went into the hospital, or the day you came back.
Yeah.
I see dead people.
I'm here, baby.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So I went in, gave him my laundry list of medications that I'm on. He went through. He asked me questions. He looked at all my scores. He said a lot of the tests that I would have ordered have already been ordered up by your GP, and they're here, and I'm looking at them. He says, do you feel any pain? I said, no. He says, do you feel like you crave or need alcohol? I said, no. He laid me down and poked around on my belly looking for swelling and stuff. I said, all that swelling is natural. No, but he was looking for a fluid buildup and things like that. No sign of that whatsoever. He said, you have had amazing progress in the past 7 weeks or so. Keep doing what you're doing. I said, what about the fiber scan of my liver? He says, we have an MRI scheduled in a week, it says here. I said, yeah. He says, there's nothing that the MRI won't show that the fiber scan will tell. Don't worry about the fiber scan. Just give me a picture of your liver. He said, give me a picture of your liver every 6 months. Send me blood in 2 months. See you in 6 months. Keep doing what you're doing. And if anything bad happens, let me know.
He's going to see him in 6 months, Oscar. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's
so he set me free. He set me free.
That's a regular twice yearly checkup like I would get with my regular doctor. That to me is good news. Would you not agree?
It's fantastic news. And I said, transplant? He said, nope. Not right now. No.
Whoa, hold on. You said transplant, and he said not right now.
Yeah, his phrase was, "We're going to kick that can down the road," and that was the one thing.
Whoa, now hold on a second. Happy, joy, Mr. Positive Boy. What do you mean you're going to kick the can down the road?
He said, right now, keep doing what you're doing. He doesn't see a transplant in my future, but he said it has only been 7 weeks, so. Keep an eye on it, but he said it looks really good with all the stuff you're doing. So he wasn't going to rule it out, but he said, but it could be 5-10 years down the road. That's why he wants to stay on top of it. But right now,
what could be 5-10 years down?
A transplant. And also I found out that
Did he say that?
He said, yeah, he said, don't rule anything out. He said, also keep in mind that if you have cirrhosis, you are more inclined, though not a lot, you are more inclined towards liver cancer. It's another thing we want to watch out for, because if you get liver cancer, one of the treatments is a transplant. But he said right now, it's not on his mind. He doesn't want to see a fiber scan. He just wants to keep an eye on me. He wants to see me every 6 months. He wants to make sure that
is that a doctor?
It is not. I'm sorry about the interruption. But he said, good. He says, this is good stuff right here. He said, this is good. I will see you in 6 months, and we'll keep track of you, keep an eye on you, but I don't need to see you before then, and I don't need a fiber scan.
So you are getting an MRI this week?
Yes, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday
you get an MRI, and he's going to look at that, but he doesn't expect to see anything unusual in that?
No, the only thing that was sort of a curveball that no one expected, and I think this is one of the reasons why you go to a specialist, he says, if all of your symptoms had been caused by cirrhosis, and we've discussed this, cirrhosis is a medical term meaning scarring of the liver, damage to the liver. Cirrhosis doesn't go away. Once it's scarred, it stays there, essentially. But there's another thing that causes inflammation of the liver, which is called alcoholic hepatitis. And
Jesus, that sounds horrible.
And I went through and I looked at the symptoms, and it sounds a lot like cirrhosis. There'd be yellowing of the eyes, fatigue, all of this stuff. He said, if you suffered from alcohol abuse,
Farkas disease.
Yeah, precisely. He had yellow eyes. So help me, yellow eyes.
Right.
He says that's actually something to be optimistic about. If your condition was complicated by the hepatitis, he says the hepatitis, when you stop drinking, it goes away. Ooh. It just stops.
So did you have hepatitis?
There's no way to tell without waiting to see how things go further. He said that the liver inflammation will be shown by the MRI, and then he'll be able to determine it. But he says as soon as, as the fact that I stopped drinking in mid-March, he said that would cause that to withdraw and begin to go away. And that's probably one of the reasons why my liver score, the one that we were following, that MELD score, went from a 14 to an 8. Because he says cirrhosis wouldn't have that fast of a rebound. But if
So
things
is
were
he
complicated,
saying there is a chance you don't have cirrhosis?
he says everything points to some cirrhosis, but maybe not as bad as they said. And he said lots of people can live with it. He said your liver is functioning right now. That's why he wants to keep an eye
Thank
on
God.
it.
He said that.
Yeah.
Lots of people can live with it.
Yes, absolutely.
I would
So-
say that's a win. Oscar, why do you have that look on your face? Why do you have that look on your face?
I think there's still a lot of questions, but it's all optimistic.
I had a million questions.
Yeah, I'm
today.
confused, and I don't know enough about
And
this.
also, I want to say that if I'm not making perfect sense, and I said this to Mike, my head's in a real weird space right now.
Yeah.
Because I just got
Kind of a new lease on life.
really good news.
Yes.
And
3 weeks ago, it was,
I see dead people.
yes. And so I'm very excited, and I'm just trying to sort of process.
I'm happy
everything.
for you. I'm happy for Carrie. I'm happy for the kids. It's still day
Are
by
you
day,
happy
right?
for Robb's liver, though?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's day to day. Rob's still in recovery for what we know.
Why
you
don't
know?
why don't we bring Robb's liver in?
Oh, I'm so glad.
Okay, let's do that, okay?
I don't know what he's all about.
Hey, buddy.
Hello,
How have you been?
Rob's liver.
How you doing? This is Rob's liver. Oh God, I'm exhausted.
How come? Why are you so tired?
Yeah, been through the middle.
Yeah?
Listen, can you get me a Tito's and lemonade, please?
No.
We're not
No
doing
more.
that anymore.
That's done.
Whoa,
It's the old
what do you mean
days.
you're not- What do you mean you're not doing
No,
that?
the
anymore?
bar is closed forever.
The bar. Listen, we're not breaking
Who
up.
am I talking with?
This is Rob.
Yeah,
And
and
who else?
Oscar from TMOS.
Oscar, have you ever had a Tito's and lemonade?
I have the refreshing.
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
It's what?
Spectacular.
Well, you asked who I am. I'm everything that's around you. I'm the guy.
I'm about 2 times bigger than I was about 17 years ago.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We're going to work on this.
How's Mr. Spleen to the right of you?
He's in the way. Always in the way.
Are you pushing on him?
I'm leaning on him.
Yes, and
I
you.
lean on him every day. Every flippin' day.
How have the last 7 weeks been without alcohol?
Can I be honest with you?
I wish you would.
Please.
A nightmare.
Really?
Why so bad? I thought it would be like having a day off.
Why? You're asking me why?
Yeah.
Why so bad?
Yeah.
I don't have any food. I don't have my sustenance. I don't have my life. I don't have my passion. I don't have my existence. What do you
Well,
mean,
there was-
why? What
there was-
stupid freaking question is
There was
that?
a good
Why?
20, 21 years that you went without any sustenance and you did fine. Remember back then, 30 years ago?
Yeah, it was a tough time, but this is tougher than ever.
You were just waiting at that point,
Listen, just a tiny vodka and lemonade, and I'll go my way.
right? I can't,
You
man.
go yours, I'll go my way.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't take certain meds either. You know what I can take? I can take Tylenol. Does that help?
Tylenol, Schmilenol, no. Tylenol gives me fits. For
Liberace,
Christ's sake, yeah.
can you perform without the Ambien to go to sleep?
I'd like some of that too. If you're not going to
I
give me
can't.
the Tito's and lemonade,
I can't have Ambien. That's filtered through the
Aspirin?
liver. No.
Ibuprofen,
None
Aleve.
of that. No.
Valium, Xanax.
No.
How about an OxyContin?
You're setting
I'm
the bar
dying here.
way
Jesus
too.
Christ, help me out, please. Help
What
me out.
about?
Just give me
How
something.
about a little?
Give me something.
Hey, liver. What about a little Lexapro?
That doesn't. It's not relevant to me. How about this?
Okay.
I'll settle the whole bet right now for an ice cream sundae, a big gooey ice cream sundae with caramel.
You know, I don't know how things work inside my body. Have you talked to my buddy the pancreas?
Oh, Jesus. The pancreas is a candy ass.
Well, it's ironic that you would even use the word candy because you're not allowed to have any sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so why am I here? What are we doing here? Okay. What are we doing here?
What's your
Okay,
dream
Josh?
scenario? What's your dream
Yeah,
scenario?
what is your dream scenario? What's the fix?
Dream scenario, perfect evening.
Yes.
Half gallon of ice cream, doesn't matter what flavor.
Yes.
8 to 10 cocktails, and sleep, followed by a nice heavy American breakfast.
What's amazing is that.
I'd love a nice heavy American breakfast. Would you like to know what I'd like for breakfast?
Yes, yeah.
Biscuits and gravy,
Sure.
a short stack
Yeah.
of blueberry pancakes, maple syrup, bacon, and then about 4 or 5 aspirin.
Yeah. Perfect.
What about?
But sadly,
What if
are
the
you
new-
okay?
What if the
Yeah.
news that you may have had hepatitis?
Oh, well, look, it's, you know what I've always said to people who are afraid of hepatitis? What are you, yellow?
You know, Pam Anderson famously had hepatitis.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
But not the
she was
alcoholic kind.
kind of a slut, right?
What? No, you can't
What?
say that. How dare you?
can't
Is that
even say
politically
that,
incorrect?
Liver.
That's wrong.
No.
I've been around.
Disrespectful.
When was I born? When was I born?
March
What year?
42.
No, March 8th, 1971.
1971, the Go-Go 70s, gold medallions, hot pants, roller skates, Jesus Christ.
Studio
Coors
54.
beer, real Coors beer, where you press the little tab down, and you do that.
So how are you feeling now? I know you feel deprived. Are you still inflamed?
I'm not as inflamed as I was. I'm not as happy as I was. How about this?
All right.
Could I get a White Russian?
No.
It's got cream.
No.
That's not going to hurt anybody.
No,
is
no,
it?
no. That's also it's way too much fat, and the lactose is no good.
What
You can't
about
have a-
what about the scars? What can you tell us that? What
Yeah.
you know? Do you notice anything on you?
I can't see.
Can you
That's
lift
the only other thing
Can you
I
lift your
can't see.
shirt?
I can lift it right now. Here it is. Take a look at this. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh my
All
God.
right, we're gonna cover that.
looks
up.
like
That's why
you've
I
had-
swim. Yeah.
Looks like you've given three cesarean births.
Did you have
yeah, when
acne
I-
problems as a child?
No, that's just pockmarks. I always like to lift my shirt up and go the moon, Alice, because it looks like the moon.
Do you scratch a lot?
Yeah, I've been a little itchy, but I'm.
So
I'm
you
not
don't
as
you
big
don't
as I
have
was.
eyes, so you don't see, but you have.
I don't see. I can't see.
You have the ability to scratch?
That's why he's got so many scars. He doesn't know where he's scratching.
I scratch by rubbing up against the pancreas.
Oh, my nice thorny pancreas.
Like a bear in the woods.
You know, it'd be
This
good.
is
You should
really
try and
good.
back up to the gallstones. They probably offer some good friction.
Hold on, I'm getting a message. I'm getting a message from my right kidney. Hold on. let me
Okay.
respond,
Okay. They all talk in there.
Don't bother me. I am doing a radio interview. If you want anything, talk to your twin brother. Asshole.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I am so tired.
No respect.
I'm so
No,
tired.
hey, no
I just
respect
feel-
at all.
I feel like I haven't had a day off in decades. I haven't had a day off in decades.
You're confusing me. You say you're sad that you're not being fed, but also that you haven't had a day off in decades.
You're a
Could
worker.
you get me
though.
one thing? Could before we
Yeah.
go on with the interview?
Yeah.
Could someone get me a Nestle's $100,000 bar?
No, we can't do
No,
that. The
no,
chocolate and the
please.
carbs.
How about white
it'll just-
chocolate?
No, it's
Chocolate
all the
chips?
same. No.
Chocolate yogurt, healthy. Chocolate yogurt,
Not all that healthy.
frosting.
Frosting is. Let me check. No, can't have
All right,
frosting.
so it's sweet. How about savory? Let's go down the savory
Oh,
list.
savory
right
is
now.
good. Yeah.
Do you think you could get me a cup of undiluted turkey gravy with extra
No,
sodium?
I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Hold
I
on,
can
I
offer
gotta-
you this. How about this? I'll tell you what we had for dinner last night: a lean grilled beef patty, broccoli, and mushrooms. Yum!
Did you say broccoli and mushrooms?
Broccoli and mushrooms.
Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Get me out of this body. Get me out of this body.
Liberace. Can you give us?
Liberace, is that my name, though?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Oscar. Yeah, he grabbed
Thank
right
you.
onto that.
Do you feel like the attention that's been given to Robb, your carrier, has been warranted?
Yes, I suppose. We've engaged in some pretty sketchy behavior for quite some time.
Yeah.
But I'm here to say that I hope with every further interview me once a month,
Sure.
I will sound hopefully younger, less swollen, and better.
Less inflamed. Yeah.
I hope that I really do. Because one thing about Mr. Spiewak is I got to tell you something, Rob. I'm rooting for you. I am rooting for you. I am. Bye. I gotta go.
Bye.
I gotta take
Bye.
a nap.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
He's been filtering most of his life.
I can't
Lord.
understand why my liver would need a door.
Can't
You
see
know what
that.
your liver needed?
What?
Reverb.
Yes.
That's what your liver needed, but
Yeah,
that's
he did.
okay.
He did.
You know, but I had the. Did you like the liver music? This is
I
liver
did
music.
very much. I like
I'm gonna
talking
play.
to
I'm
him.
gonna play some more liver music for you. There you go.
Did you and
Rob's
Carrie?
liver music.
Did you and Carrie embrace like what happens? I don't know. I feel like you've got a new lease on life.
You hold hands, you smile, and you say that went as good as it could. That
Now,
was excellent.
I'd like to get. You know what? I'd love to get a report from her. I don't want to bother her, but I would love to get a report from
Is she
her.
available?
Let me see if she's home. I don't think she is. She left
Okay.
as soon.
No,
right
just
before we
not
started.
now. But I mean down the road because I just
She's been put through the mill.
She's
She
been
has.
put through the mill.
She has.
And would she characterize the doctor in the exact same fashion? She was in there when you got this report.
Yeah.
right?
I would say that the doctor was, he was extraordinarily capable and smart, and you can tell it because every question we asked, he was able to relate to how this organ relates to this organ and what causes this to this to this. He didn't have a very sunshiny disposition, but I guess the topic wasn't a very sunshiny topic either. He's not the kind of doctor you joke around with, but then it's a pretty serious topic that we're dealing with. I tend to, lean
I
towards.
disagree. No, I'm
Right.
kidding. I'm kidding. Of course. No,
But
I'm kidding. Yeah.
but the whole fact that
What if he came in like Patch Adams?
Who's had too much drinky?
again, this is something that not only has been on my mind, but I've been dreading since, St. Patrick's Day.
It's a step in the right direction.
And when you go in and he says, looks good, keep doing what you're doing, see you in 6 months, that's a tremendous, tremendous vote. And that's kind of what I was hoping for. And when it's something that's this important and you're hoping for it for that long and it's going to determine the path for the rest of your life and you hear it, it's almost hard to wrap your head around it because you've been hoping for it and then you get it. So
All right.
that's
quick,
excellent noise.
I want to go through this because this is your segment. I told you this is the opening of the show is you. Going to go through these questions and you tell me if you asked him and if you did, what answer you got.
Okay.
He talks about kick the can down the road. All things equal,
Yes.
lifestyle, modifications, normal life, barring any complications like if you had the big casino.
Right,
Like
right.
anybody else would be worried about going into
Yeah.
their 50s and 60s.
I asked him specifically, I said, if I continue doing what I'm doing, get my diabetes and weight under control, continue to exercise on a moderate to regular basis, and eat sensibly. I said, I'm not promising that I'm never going to have a carb again, but, keep it under control with the diabetes and never take another drink. Am I in good shape for the rest of my life? He says, absolutely. This is the way to do it. This
said
is the way
absolutely.
He said, if you keep this up, that's the way to beat this. That's the way to beat this.
And he said, beat this.
Yeah. Now but he's a very smart man, and he knows that there could be complications or things down the road.
Of course, there could be complications with everything, but the question I have is just, we think long term. We've been thinking
correct.
about you.
Yeah,
and
of
everybody
course.
The listeners who are listening to this worry about you in that regard. It sounds to me like the modifications can result in a normal existence for you
Absolutely.
outside of dramatically changing what you put into your body. Right?
The one thing he's going to watch for, and the liver, an early symptom of having trouble with your liver is fluid retention in places where you shouldn't have fluid. And that would be bloating in the stomach and things like that. That's why he wants to see the MRI. That's why he wants me to be checked out every 6 months, because if that stuff starts gathering again, he wants to be on top of it and to be able to treat it. And you can treat it.
Yeah.
You can treat that. So the thing that I was most excited about was To hear no transplant is a beautiful thing. To hear no fiber scan is a beautiful thing because, again, he doesn't.
Was that
feel
going to be invasive if you did that? Was that a big?
No,
thing
but it is another procedure that would have to be scheduled. That they really sort of oversold it to me at the hospital because they didn't offer it at the hospital. They said once you get this fiber scan, they even indicated, and I want to make sure it wasn't just me. I asked Carrie. She said, yeah, they indicated that when you get the fiber scan, it'll tell you the percentage of damage that you've had to your liver.
That's exactly what it's supposed to do.
And the doctor today said, no, it's just going to tell you the presence of cirrhosis.
Yes.
And they're going to verify that. And he said that can all be done with the MRI.
Yeah.
He says there's nothing that the MRI will show that I need further information from. So that's good. But I was delighted to know that he was setting me free for 6 months to just keep it up. I mean, it's not a real complicated plan that I did. You know, you eat better, you stop drinking, and you exercise when you can.
It's harder. It's a testament to your will. But most people, they just can't do what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? When Robb dropped all that weight when he was on that program, it's impossible to do that for many, many people. I, have lost significant amounts of weight. Never what Robb lost. I think Robb's got tremendous will when he puts his mind to it.
Well, also
I never
we
really
talked about
that was never a factor.
We talked about it is when you're on a program like that. My mindset was always, let's finish up the program so I can eat, drink, and be merry. You know, I want to weigh 220 again so I can eat, drink, and be merry. This is a whole different mindset. It's nothing cosmetic. It's nothing to make myself look like a good-looking guy. This is me saving my life. So I know that I've got to not just lose this weight. I've got to keep it off. I've got to do all the things around it. It's a place where my head has never been in right now. And every little scrap of good news I get is really exciting. Today was a huge day because
heavy. Yeah.
Dread. There was so much dread going into it.
I received that text. I was walking back in the building, and this, I can't imagine how you felt as your friend and family. Like an avalanche of stress just fell off my shoulders. I was like,
it's unreal.
Thank God.
It is so unreal. And again, I think that I'll still be kind of decompressing and, as the kids say, unpacking the feelings for a couple days. When I first spoke to Mike, I felt like I was just repeating what I'd heard, but the more people that I called and told the news, the happier I got because it's becoming more real. And I'm telling them that, this is good. This is good stuff. I dodged a major bullet. Who knows what would happen if it had been even one more day?
I'm just texting Robb Mayer now. Good news for Robb, bad news for you. Let's regroup in 6 months.
Yeah, ask him if he kept the receipt for that alarm clock.
I can't think of a proper segue to discuss going from Robb getting the good news to some very bad news. One of our Sacramento Stephanies passed over the weekend. Stephanie, I always used to mispronounce her name when I would call her Matulich because I think it's Matulich is the correct
I thought it was
pronunciation.
I thought it was Matulich.
Maybe Matulich.
Yeah.
An amazing supporter of our show and a very active presence in the family of listeners to the TMOS show and really, supported us at so many of our live events and she will be so very, very missed. She loved coming to our live shows.
Loved talk radio.
Yeah, she loved talk radio.
Such enthusiasm and joy when she would talk, and it was fun. I found a picture of us together, and it was just such a great, wonderful, genuine smile, and she looked roughly a third of my size. It was a beautiful thing.
You were a monster.
It's absolutely, still am in certain ways, but she was the kind that, if you have a crowd of 800, 600 people, you would spot her because she'd be a beaming smile,
made an impact.
having the time of her life. And it as I say, this one hurts. This one hurts. It's really sad.
Yeah, we're a small group, and we are a passionate group. And so I've said this all along that one of the greatest satisfactions in my career is that we created this thing that we do, and out of that was born these live shows, which I credit Big O and Dukes for turning me on to, for showing me that on a stage that, my God, they get this kind of response, and look at the response they got from me. It was such a jog, and I just went, okay, let's do this. Then we started doing them. Then we started doing them on the road. Then we started doing them far on the road. And then it became, we were there doing our little show, but the event of the weekend was the biggie.
Yeah.
And it was spectacular, and she was a big part of that.
A big hug to the Timos family and her.
Yeah,
family.
I know. There's everyone will miss her.
Yeah,
and it's a tremendous loss, and it does. It hurts. It hurts when you lose one like that because it's your ringleader. Big smile, big happy.
Was there any part of Carrie? And be honest, Robin. This is your radar, not mine. You were there. Where
right.
She was like disappointed.
I don't know if disappointed is the word. She immediately got in her phone and canceled a huge Amazon order. But I'm sure.
Oh my God!
I'm sure that was just syringes or something. I don't know.
Well, things are different now. It's been a journey, but that journey continues for you, but not for you on the show.
No.
No.
I think
Enough
I
about
speak
you.
for.
Jesus.
I think I speak for Oscar when I say all duties will be going back to normal.
Yes.
I expect them to be done at an exemplary level, perhaps better than when you were, existing on vodka and ice cream.
Sure.
And I think that
I'm vodka.
I'm ice cream. Oscar, is there anything you have to add before we go to break here? Because I think that it's over now, right? We don't have to sweat this anymore.
No, and for you listeners that were making it all about Rob, you've got your answer. He's okay.
Yeah.
And
Great prank, you guys.
I don't need you to come back right away, but let's figure out when that's going to happen. Can you drive yet?
Oh, yeah, I can drive.
Okay, well, let's get you back on that road.
All right.
Yeah.
See you for Thanksgiving.
Do you look forward to going back to D.C.?
I do actually, because it is weird not seeing everyone at the Village or Podville, I should say.
I can't wait to tell everybody. They're going to be so happy. There's so many people that like you, and I don't know why, but they love you. They love you, and they ask me every day if I know anything new. It's
matter
crazy.
of fact, Pony was telling me right before the show, when you do come back, they got a big keg party planned.
Great.
Is going to be.
I'll bring cupcakes.
Just kidding. All right. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Oscar, with all of this going on, not only traveled last weekend, he's traveling this weekend.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
He's coming down to see all of us down here in West South Florida. I don't know why I'm talking about Jim Amato. Before we do that, we'll do the news.
Did you hear what happened on the latest bonus show?
Get ready, America, to play the new comedy game show, Yes or No. Conversation.
Coffee and let's be on our way. People have things to do.
I love you, Michael. 6 kids said I love you, Dad.
My colleague said you have lovely pants.
Mike is going to put the unit in his pants.
You cannot use a Wi-Fi unless you buy an espresso.
The TMOS bonus show gives you that 5th hour of hilarity you need to have a balanced diet. And it's recommended by 5 out of 6 chimney sweeps. Get in on the fun and get a subscription today by clicking that bonus show banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
This really looks like the Blair Witch Project.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. You know that one of my most important day part show prep things is making sure I have my Liquid IV. You see, making hydration a priority helps us feel better on a day-to-day basis. Just one stick of Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. Plus, Liquid IV has incredible hydration flavors like watermelon, lemon lime, grapey, pina colada, and my beloved strawberry. Plus,
Grapey.
it has 3 times the electrolytes. I'm kidding. Let me give you those again. That would be lime, grape, lemon, lime, grape, watermelon, pina colada, and strawberry.
But the grape does taste grapey.
It has electrolytes.
It's non-GMO. It's free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV has cellular transport technology. That's the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium to deliver water and nutrients to the bloodstream super fast. Plus, Liquid IV is out to change the world. They have donated over 20 million servings globally. Grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to our website. Go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com, or you can simply go to MikeOMaraShow.com and click on Liquid IV. It's that easy or so.
Cinch. It's a cinch.
Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com. Promo code TMOS, people.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and the security company on duty at the Hollywood Bowl on the night that Dave Chappelle was attacked was the same company that worked at the Astroworld Festival in Houston. So not a great year for these folks. They're called Contemporary Services Corporation, and sources say their practice of hiring inexperienced staff as independent contractors might have something to do with failures at both events. Interestingly enough, they were also working at the 2017 Route 91 Country Festival in Vegas, that horrible event when a gunman opened fire, killing 60 people and injuring more than 400, although in that case, the psycho was shooting from a 32nd floor hotel window. Not much they could have done, but it is odd that these two disastrous events were under their watch. So there you have it. That's it.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II will not attend the state opening of Parliament today, as she usually does, due to, quote, episodic mobility problems. Charles will be there in her place. There is no word if this could be related to COVID, but the Journal of the American Medical Association says the virus can cause worsened mobility and functioning outcomes in the elderly. The Queen is 96. I'm sure Charles is saying just a matter of time, but I don't know for sure.
The Queen addressed these issues by going live on BBC Two and doing 3 kip-ups.
Yes, hello, Elizabeth. This is cool for me because I love the movie. Jennifer Grey is coming back as Frances Baby Houseman. The movie takes place in the 1990s. Baby will be returning to Kellerman's, but they don't have Patrick Swayze.
Oh, so this is the Dirty Dancing follow-up or sequel, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. And they don't have, of course, Jack Weston, who is, Pa Kellerman. It'll be
we've lost also Jerry Orbach.
And Jerry Orbach's gone.
Yeah. We still have Cousin Brucey. That's okay.
Who's Cousin Bruce? Is he
played the he played the DJ at the club.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you calm down? It's a coming-of-age romance.
I've had a good day. You calm down.
God, about a young woman, but Baby's own journey will intertwine with that story. We'll also probably see more familiar faces than just Jennifer's. They're looking to bring back as many people from the original Dirty Dancing cast as is appropriate. I don't understand why they use that word. Baby's dance partner, Johnny, will be a part of the story, but obviously Patrick Swayze can't come back. The producers are in talks with his estate about whatever they're planning, so this is going to be interesting. As for music, the soundtrack will include songs from the original, such as Hungry Eyes, as well as 90s hip-hop, and possibly even era-appropriate artists like Alanis Morissette and Liz Phair.
Wow.
So,
wow, I'd like to go on the record with a prediction how they're going to work Patrick Swayze into the story. It's going to have a different mood than the original Dirty Dancing. This is going to be a zombie movie. And it's
Thank you. Thank you very much. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. A public speaking expert named John Bowe, B-O-W-E, just shared these 4 words and phrases that might make people at work think you're immature.
Okay.
Which could have a legit negative effect on your career. Check them out. Filler words is number 1. When you are always saying, like, and other filler words, it can be a problem. Doing it once in a while is natural, but if you're using them so much that people notice the pattern, bad. Number 2, business jargon. When you use business cliches, it will come off as forced. It won't make you look smart or more professional. Words like circle back, bandwidth. What do I hear in the background?
Muting my phone. Sorry about that.
All right.
Just because you're living doesn't mean you can't focus.
Yeah, just because you're alive doesn't mean you shouldn't be an asshole, Oscar.
Words like circle back, bandwidth, and synergy will probably backfire. Number 3 is asides. If you're giving a presentation or speaking at a meeting, straying off topic too much comes off unprofessional. So you should avoid saying things like, sorry, I don't have the data, I've been traveling, or making off-topic jokes. You don't do that.
Yeah, okay.
And number 4, hedging words. You want to seem reasonable and not offend people, but when you hedge your opinions with words like kind of, I guess, just, or even I think, it shows a lack of confidence and maturity. There you are. So
true.
now you're
Agreed.
educated on that one. Thank you. There's a new thread online where men are talking about the unwritten rules they have. I smell a rat with this. I don't buy them all. I think it was written by another sex. I believe this was penned by a woman. I could be wrong. You tell me when you hear these, all right?
All right.
So here are some highlights of the secret code that men have. The first one is nod down when you greet someone, nod up when it's someone you know.
Well, that's
I don't even know if I can feel the difference.
Right.
right.
Number 2, if a friend buys you a drink, you don't pay it back, you buy the next round. Maybe, but it sounds like somebody who would observe dudes and say that's the way. Number 3, beer, pizza, and barbecue is acceptable payment for helping another man. This was not
true for
written
moving.
by dudes. What's that?
Anytime someone was helping me move when I was a younger man, you just like, let's
I was
get
gonna
some
say
beers, let's
that
get some
stops.
pizza. Like,
that stops at 25. then.
Probably.
Yeah.
I thought you offered Michael Peterson-style sex for them when they would help you move. Michael Peterson's from the staircase. I'm obsessed with it. Number 4, don't use the urinal next to an occupied one. I got to go with that one. I'm with that.
No, I always do, unless they let me share.
I hate it. We've all been there where you're standing at a urinal and there are 8 of them and somebody saddles in next to you. Yeah. It's like, are you kidding me? Really?
How about this? How about this weather?
That's when you peak.
Here's number 5. Don't roast a man in front of their kid.
Oh yeah, you can't emasculate another man.
Yeah, either insult them or actually cook them.
Right. Roast them. Don't start drama. If drama begins, take steps to de-escalate. I don't know about that.
You're a fighter.
Yeah.
Number 7, if he's flirting with her, him, or they, don't interrupt. So if a buddy of yours is flirting with somebody else, don't bother them. Is that accurate?
Well, you don't want to be the C block, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess.
And number 8, when your friend's crush is around, he's the funniest guy in the group.
Yeah, you got to look ugly.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
You got to look ugly.
Yeah.
Really? So
you got to make yourself ugly.
Like if you know that's the one that he's looking to hook up with, you're like, he's such a brilliantly funny man.
Ratchet it down.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
And build them up.
So hard for me to do, though. Anyway, a 58-year-old man in Pennsylvania named Lawrence Williams. This is a little something for
Larry
you right
Williams,
now.
yeah.
Larry Williams was going to court last Thursday for an arraignment on DUI. The hearing was for a DUI case last month where he crashed into a fence while allegedly driving drunk. At the time, he was already on probation for 2 other DUI cases from earlier in the year. So maybe it wasn't shocking that when Lawrence drove to court at 11 a.m., he'd been drinking.
Oh, no.
As soon as he entered the courtroom, officers said they could smell alcohol. He also had extremely red, bloodshot eyes. Lawrence admitted he'd driven himself to court with a rental vehicle. His blood alcohol was twice the legal limit, and he was sent to jail. But he was on time, Oscar.
That jerk.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm here all week.
You shouldn't drink.
Oh, I had the wrong. No, I got the right thing. Okay. I'm sorry.
You good?
Mid-show confusion. We'll take a break, and we will come back with more fun and more thrills. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show.
You asked, and we listened. Now you can listen on Spotify. In our never-ending effort to make it easier for you to access our content, The Mike O'Mara Show can now be streamed on Spotify. Just another platform that gives you full TMOS access. So go grab the show and listen, and spread the word. The more you know, the more we grow. TMOS on Spotify. Grab it.
Talking head. We need all the things you haven't been doing. Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everyone. In order to calm inflation fears, the feds have raised rates with the largest single jump since 2000. So what does that mean to you, person? you'll probably need a mortgage loan in the future. Divorce, pregnancy, kids move away, retirement, kids move back, parent moves in, all that crap. All of these situations, plus many more, may indicate a need for a loan. When that happens, take my advice and call my friend Mark Livingstone and his team at Cornerstone First Financial. Whether it's a purchase or refinance, you need to work with a company you can absolutely trust. I trust them. Oscar trusts them. Rob trusts them. Mark and his team will make sure you're the best prospect to a potential seller and will obtain the lowest interest rate, all while giving you white glove concierge service. Call Cornerstone First Financial. They are voted one of the top 1% of mortgage lenders by Washingtonian Magazine and the #1 choice of TMOS listeners. Call 202-625-1221, 202-625-1221, or cornerstonefirst.com. Thank you, Cornerstone First Financial. Yes, I am obsessed with this particular film documentary. There are two things going on at once. HBO Max has a show called The Staircase, starring Colin Firth, where he plays the role of a Durham novelist who has a murder conviction, and it is absolutely riveting, and it's so riveting that Netflix also has a documentary entitled The Staircase, where they do the actual behind-the-scenes shooting of everything that went on leading up to the trial and conviction and all of this stuff. And we are in the O'Mara household possessed by this crime, mainly because it's so riveting, but also because Mrs. O'Mara and Mr. O'Mara have differing opinions on guilt, you see.
Now, before we get to the fact whether they offer a resolution, do you prefer the dramatization or do you prefer the documentary?
The documentary is so inclusive. It is so... it's so behind the scenes. You see so much of the defense. You see so much of the family. It's one-sided. It sides on the side, I think, at least so far, of Michael Peterson. We haven't watched all of them yet. And I also think that it is just amazing to watch 3 episodes, and another one will drop this Thursday, of the drama, and then pivot right over to the documentary. That was the way we did it. And Carla hates the guy.
I would think that would be the best way to do it. I think you'd want to watch the dramatization first.
Carla hates the guy,
you like
thinks
him?
he's as guilty as sin. I don't dislike him.
Oh.
I think he is, as I said to Carla last night,
Bold take, Mike. Bold take.
He is very gay, and but I don't think he's nothing wrong with that. And I think, well, no, I mean, just when you can, we all talk about gaydar and that type of thing. I don't think it's politically incorrect to talk about that anymore. But I will tell you, I don't see a murdering bone in the guy's body. And Carla disagrees. She thinks that all of the circumstantial evidence surrounding this involves. I will tell you just one thing. Whether he be guilty or not guilty, I'll tell you something, man. When they want to get you, when the DA makes it their mission to do anything because they believe, and it's not irrefutable evidence that they have. It is that they believe, for whatever reason, there's a little bit of controversy about that in the drama, they talk about him taking shots at the DA, that they had bad blood because he was a columnist in the local newspaper. But I'll tell you what it shows me is that I think that the way the judicial system works is kind of who who's your buddy, who's this.
We're talking about murder.
But I mean, have you watched the drama?
My wife is watching, yes, and I'll watch it with her.
Have you watched the documentary?
No, I have not.
Okay, so you haven't. Have you watched the documentary or the drama?
No.
Okay, so I'm alone on this. This is not required viewing because I won't do. I
got into it because of you. I was like, let me watch this.
Well, check it out and see. Carla thinks this guy's guilty as sin. I don't have.
Will you get resolution?
Well, there was. I can skip to the end because I've read all about it.
Yeah.
And I know what the resolution was. It's been out for a long time. It's no secret. I almost don't want to give a spoiler, but it's not a TV show.
I remember reading about this in People magazine.
Yeah, he was convicted of murder, and then he entered, I think, an Alfred plea or something like that, where he just gets to do time served and that type of thing, and he's out. It seems to me that the prosecution and the prosecution witnesses were out to get this guy. That's just the way I look at it. And when I watch that, I think to myself, holy S. You know what I mean? It just, if that, I think that's the way the system kind of rolls.
That you look, and look, I haven't seen the doc side, so I will watch that out of respect to this conversation. But when I was younger, I don't know why I was so obsessed with this case. I would read a lot about it. And look, what you're getting reported in People or on another, like a Current Affair or Inside Edition, it's
Nancy Grace.
Yeah,
she's featured prominently in the documentary. Nancy Grace.
Yeah, of course.
But I remember I was like, what? Like, this is the same reason. Like, if you have a girlfriend and she dies somehow, people are looking at the guy. If you've got a wife and she dies somehow, they're going to look at you.
Right.
I mean, those are
absolutely.
that's the most common, who's that guy who, the congressman the intern that passed away in the park, in Rock Creek Park, years ago.
You mean the Bill and Hillary thing?
No, a different.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do too.
It was, I bet that's so long ago. My memory banks.
Yeah, but
are
didn't
being
they go?
tested
They were like, oh wow.
Where was the congressman?
Yeah, they initially were like, did the congressman kill her?
Right.
But
right.
it was some a-hole that was in Rock Creek Park, and just she was in the wrong place,
they wanted to get him.
They wanted to get him.
Yeah. And I just think that it speaks to so many different things that look, no matter
was it Gary Condit with Chandra Levy?
Yeah. So tragic.
Chandra Levy.
Yeah.
It speaks to a system where I don't think I could ever be a DA because at a certain point you have to make reaches. Yep. And you have to be so confident on that side. I'd much rather, infinitely more, be a defense attorney. Simply because if there is a gray area, if there's a question, I'd rather be on that side of the table where, it's my job to defend this guy to the best of my ability. If I'm reaching on the other side, it's their job, even with lack of evidence, to show people through trickery and a lot of other crap that the guy's guilty. And it's like, this is not an epiphany for me. I know how the judicial system works, but it makes me realize that if you are on the wrong side of power brokers, namely a guy like the DA who went on to be a judge and the assistant DA, they can just F with your lives.
Yeah, but
insane.
And also,
if I recall, isn't he abusive?
Oscar.
Like, he's known to be abusive.
An abuser?
Yes.
No.
Like, there was, I guess.
Not so far, not anything that I've seen so far.
I remember.
What he's known to be is a bisexual who claims that his wife was knowledgeable of his sexual proclivities.
Isn't everyone gender fluid now? Like, that's nothing crazy these days.
Well, I think that what this guy did, though, in an allegedly happy, joyous marriage, was go outside of the marriage in, these kind of shady websites.
Wanted some dingling.
And wanted some dingling. Yeah. And it was.
Get in line.
The big thing was that, that he said, well, my wife knew about my bisexuality. His brother certainly knew for a very, very long time. And that's kind of the big question marks. But first of all, that was part of the trial. They put that on trial as much as anything. And I don't think they can get away with that today. I don't think you could get away with saying because of a man's sexuality, that makes him an evil wife.
Well, they can definitely, they can definitely sort of mold the narrative. And you said earlier,
the optics of that type of lifestyle is so much more accepted for the better these days than it was in the past.
Sure, but I definitely can see where Mike says that they could have been used against him, and then they use the thing in court, and you see it on TV cases all the time where they say something, and then they say, "Well, that's inadmissible." We ask the jury to disregard that.
I want to hear a judge strike ding-a-ling from the record.
If you two,
they've already heard it. Yeah.
If you two, by any chance, get hooked on one or either or
I'll
both
go to the
of
doc.
These series. Just let me know what you think because it's really, really interesting. I think he comes across as a little sanctimonious. I think he comes across as a little smug, but I don't get the murderer vibe on the guy. I just don't. I don't see him. I just don't see it.
But isn't that the genius of murderers?
Yeah, and there's often an overlap. There's an overlap between smugness and murderers.
Like Ted Bundy, he was just this affable, good-looking dude, apparently. Who knew?
Well, the story goes, too, if you see the entire documentary, that at the like I think with 4 weeks to go before trial.
Yeah.
Suddenly, another woman, when he was in the military over in Germany, another woman was found at the bottom of the stairs who supposedly had an aneurysm, and they exhume her body. They take the time and the money and the effort, and they bring the body is exhumed. I think the body was buried in Texas, and they bring it all the way back to Durham, North Carolina, where the DA has their medical examiner, and the medical examiner who. You got to watch the documentary because you'll watch the interplay between the defense attorney and that. It just makes your head spin. And
Saturday afternoon, me, shirtless, in the lanai, we watch this and discuss it.
When is your plane arriving? Because I want to play golf on Friday.
How about this?
I'll send you that.
I'll have Carla.
Saturday, you two watch the series on the lanai, shirtless, and then Oscar shows you something called the dark web.
Yeah. We'll play Poles to Poles.
Yeah.
Look
and
at
holes
those
to holes.
boners. All right.
Well, I'll let you check me for moles.
Yeah.
All
Oscar,
over.
So glad you could finally make it down here. Time for your skin cancer check. Let's have a look. Now the inside of the thigh, too. We can't ignore that area. All right. And then I'll sing that favorite song of mine that I like to say. Tain't nobody's business but my own.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oscar. That's not a mole.
You're right. I was in pain on my angry deathbed.
Oh, boy, you.
It's my aching belly, my diverticulitis, which is flaring up.
I'm gonna cry, baby. Oh, you're gonna fucking cry. Look at him, he's crying.
It's going to be embarrassing, but since I have no material left on the show today, and I'm cloudy, and I'm having trouble reading, I will tell you it's because I wore too tight pants.
Does stress get at it?
Yes, the stress of that last segment. Stress of old promos, the stress of no guests. I drink your milkshake, Eli.
Mike O'Mara is killing himself for you. Are you so selfish that you can't show some damn common decency and buy a bonus show subscription? He gives and gives day after day, and you sit out there with your hand out like a selfish. You're killing him. How dare you? Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and buy a bonus show subscription today for the love of God.
I want that guy to come back with a new promo. I want that guy, Jim Amato. I want that guy, Twitch. I love that guy. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. So, why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number?
Yeah. Answer me that.
Because, thank you. Because every great day starts the night before. And knowing more about your sleep helps you achieve your best quality sleep, like I had last night. Great sleep. Sleep IQ data shows sleepers who use their 360 smart bed technology get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. That's up to 170 hours per year. By the way, did you know that May is Better Sleep Month? I didn't know that. There is no better time to try the Sleep 30 Challenge by Sleep Number, a 30-day sleep wellness program shown to improve sleep quality and change your sleep habits for the better. Check out this free program by visiting mysleep30.com. Most people see big improvements in their sleep by weeks 2 and 3, and quality sleep can help boost your energy, recovery, and well-being. So be like me, get a Sleep Number bed. I wouldn't sleep on anything else. My Sleep Number setting is now a 65. Carla remains at a 65. Discover special offers now for a limited time at your local Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com/TMOS. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep, people. Robb Spiewak, I have a dietary question, and for you and for Oscar.
Okay.
I have discovered, after all these years of yo-yo dieting,
Sure.
And then finally really a nutritionist who I respect who's really helping me a lot and is able to look at every little thing I eat. I discovered that there are two little bitty enemies out there that you don't hear a lot. You hear a lot about fat. You hear a lot about protein. You hear about carbohydrates. But you don't hear – you hear a little bit about sodium. You hear a lot about sugar. Sugar and sodium.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar and sodium. You know, there's so much crap out there. We are so duped as a society when it comes to what makes things taste good.
Yeah.
You know, like, for example, we had low-carb, high-protein tortilla wraps, and they slipped under the radar. And I was saying, oh, these are delicious. They really taste good. And then I got to the nutrition. He said, your sodium was kind of off the charts when I looked at it. And I go on the back of the little tortilla wrap, and I'm like, okay, protein, hey, that's real good. Carbohydrate, really low carbohydrate. Let me take a look at the sodium. Oh, sorry. Ta-da, that was it. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the goddamn explosion. Like, hold on.
Both great.
Is it that difficult to have have one sound effect that's to the right of the other one? And then you're just so wound up because you decided to have an iced coffee today? What is having an iced coffee? What having an iced coffee means you're off the charts energy-wise and you're screwing up. Asshole.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I just pressed the wrong button. Press the right button for a change. I know it's been an emotional day. Get your ass together. All right? I guess he told me. Sorry about that.
It's the coffee, really.
Why did you hit the blow up sound again? Well, I don't know why I already was doing it. You hit the thing again. I did. Anyway. Sodium.
I found as I've been eating cleanly that if you look at stuff that is processed, anytime they take something out, they have to put something in to replace it.
Yeah.
So you got to really watch for that. I am not really monitoring my sodium. It hasn't hurt me right now. And
let me look at yours. Hold on. What did you eat today? Let me see.
Today I had cottage cheese and berries. Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like playing it again.
Banana.
How do you monitor your sodium? I don't even know how this.
You look at the label. And there's stuff
I read
that
labels every day.
has non-sodium, yeah.
I scan labels. I could tell you all my nutrients that I've had today. I could do it right now for you. All right? Let me go into Noom.
You're all in. This is amazing.
Have you had any copper or iron or any of the hard metals?
I'll tell you what my nutrients are. Okay, let me see. Today I've had only 63 grams of protein. I've had 54 grams of carbohydrates, 17 grams of fiber, 25 grams of sugar. I get a total of 68. So I have 43 to go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a big bucket of sugar.
I was going to say, at the end of the day, if you haven't maxed out, you just take a teaspoon.
34 grams of fat.
Yes.
Let's see. Sodium. I've had 1,760 milligrams.
That's a lot.
I only get 2,300 a day, which is a lot. But I have that, and that's it. As far as the sugar is concerned, fine on sugar. Sodium, watch out. Be careful.
They'll get you. They get you with it. Yeah, and I try to monitor it. I'm off sugar. I'm off caffeine, which is a crazy thing for me. But it's true though, Mike. Anytime you find something that's low something, you got to check the label because they're going to put something in to replace it.
I'm not off caffeine. I had my first iced coffee that I made myself.
Yes.
20 ounces of coffee. I had two 20-ounce coffee things as I had before I came in and did the show today. And it tastes like, seriously, that they're having a skirmish in the Donbass, between the Russian army and the Ukrainian army, and someone took a dump in my mouth right now after that. Coffee is gross. Coffee is gross.
Well, coffee is the never-ending quest to make it taste as good as it smells, because it smells great, but it tastes horrible.
It's a little tough. It's a little tough, but I'm okay. I think I'll be fine
the
today.
Quivering,
no, seriously,
like
I think
the
I'm going to be
text.
up till like 5 a.m. I swear to God, I think I am.
Yeah.
Anywho,
take some melatonin.
I need to calm down.
Rob, how do you, in the past, when people get good news, they celebrate, right?
Yeah.
And so your vices are usually your celebrations.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate this good news?
You just know that you're going to live another day. That's pretty much it, and that's pretty good.
Living is the reward.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, there's really nothing to celebrate with anymore. But I mean, just the very
your
fact.
son.
Yes,
Yeah, right?
absolutely. Yeah. It's good to
Does
have.
heroin affect your liver? No, I mean, like if you wanted to switch drugs.
I don't know. I'd have to Google. Let me call my doctor. Wouldn't it be great to get
Call
this
Dr.
special?
Smack.
Get that doctor
Mike
from Georgetown.
Give this man any ideas?
Dr. Smack. What's that? No, I'm
Give
just
him
curious.
any
I mean,
ideas?
no, the one thing I did is when I was down in Key West and I tried the toke on the thing. I will never ever go back to pot. Never again. Hated it. Even I just had
like you said that. You said that 30 years ago. You'd never.
Yeah,
do
but
it
I
again.
tried it. I tried it that one night with my sister and my brother. Sit there, and it had that same heavy, out of control, putting bricks on my chest feeling not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And but people are going to get, and right now they're
they're
already guys at their computer. They're already guys at the computer.
Yeah.
You didn't do it right. You just didn't do it right.
Yeah, you messed up, man.
You messed
didn't
up,
do it.
man.
You messed up.
No, Dadgrass. I tried Dadgrass, and that was fantastic.
Dadgrass.
Nice and like relaxing. You go to bed.
Yes.
Maybe you didn't get enough of the dose that you needed. Like you're too scared.
No, I think I had too much. Well, I had drinks too. I had a few drinks.
And Kathy grows her own, right?
Yeah, Kathy. I was talking to Kathy today. Had a nice little conversation. Gave her the report about you. Gave her a report about.
Sweet.
It's not why we talked to each other. We had a boat issue, but
Did she seem pleased or disappointed?
She was ambivalent.
Yeah.
It was, she was. I said, Rob. By the way, Rob's going to live, and she says, "Oh, isn't that nice?" Right. The boat has got a thing with it. It's like no.
Rob's going to live. Oh yeah, is he the Bolivian one? I can never remember.
Or it's not shocking that your friends would have a substance abuse problem, right?
Yeah.
Good for him. Maybe he'll get his life right.
Yeah, it's about time someone set him straight.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. I think everything's going to be fine.
How about this? He said, Rob, my coworker for the last 30 years, he's going to live. The one with the cirrhosis. Yeah, I thought about him. I've seen him.
What was the exchange between you? You obviously drove back home with your betrothed, right?
Yeah.
After that, what was the exchange between you two lovebirds after this happened?
My initial thought was
not your thought. What was said between you two?
I said I would have liked a little more good news, and she said, "What's the matter with you? Everything he told you was good." And we sort of went through back and forth everything he said to make sure we both understood what we heard. And the more we talked about the results we had, the better it got in my head. I can't really right now explain the way I'm feeling because I was given good news, but it was such a relief that it's almost more relief than happy. Because something I've been, I think it'll settle in. And then, obviously, she said, "This is great. Yeah. Congratulations. What you've done is amazing, and you just got to keep it up." And then we got in the car, and I made some calls. I called you, called my folks. Katie Von Herman had texted me this morning. I called her, sent out some texts, and I knew that we'd be on the show today, so I get to share the information to a wide audience. But yeah, it's a very, very happy day. But it's sometimes hard to deal with this much, to digest this much news. It's a lot. It's a whole bunch. And there have been baby steps along the way, and I've been really excited about a lot of the baby steps. But this is a little more than a baby step.
I guess you kind of eased into it, right? It's not like you were going in today to find out whether you were going to live or die. You've been getting positive information. So then there were confirmations that you got.
Well, there was a leak from the office, much like the Supreme Court, where they said, we think that you're probably going to live. And
think you're going to live.
My GP, when he looked over and again, this is another thing that I got to hand it to my doctor. He had already done tests over and above what a normal GP would do in this situation. So instead of waiting on them, this liver specialist that did take 8 weeks to get in to see, he had them in front of him, and he was able to use those to analyze things. And so,
were there any tears?
No. I got tears when, on the way actually, because she didn't want to drive. But the
we
toll
both
road,
married women that are not plugged in emotionally, like other women.
Cried.
Do you know the story that when I proposed to Carla, I've told this story, right?
Yeah.
No tears.
I think. Yeah.
None. Zed. Bagel.
When's the last
big
time?
ring.
When's the
big
last
ring,
time? Yeah.
Napa. Perfect. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm waiting for the not a mist.
Yeah.
Not a cloudiness. Not any of that. Nothing. And you know what her line is? You know?
What?
You know what she says every time I bust her balls about that?
What?
She says, well, the other one's cried.
Oh, snap. Now,
she's right.
I did cry when I got the news about my score dipping below 10 that time. That did make me cry because that was an immediate return on what we had done. Aww. But as far as today, no. Today was reassuring. And also, I didn't know you were running tape on it. And
that's a very big.
And also, my doctor, he said, I know this guy is
Let me just try. Let me try one more time. Let me try one more time. There's your iPad. There's your iPad. Look at that. It's incredible. Of all the things I can't turn off, I'm going to smash this thing into 1,000 pieces.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
I'll be there in 3 days.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Oscar's going to come down. He's going to take a look at it. In 6 months, he'll take a look at it again. He'll send some blood from it in 2 months.
You're due for an
I found a junction box, Oscar, with all the cable in my house.
Is Uncle
Michael's
Joe there?
bedroom, master bedroom, living room, office, guest bedroom.
Somebody properly.
Yes, you would think I could.
They plan.
But it's not. Doesn't have the cable that I could just. The people at the cable company said I could take this modem and move it into another room, and no problem. Of course I can. Of course that's not. So I've already tested it. It doesn't seem to be working. The Comcast man, cable man, will be out here on. He will be out here on Saturday morning, between 8 and 10.
Am I Ubering to your house?
No, you'll be. We'll figure out a way to get you there. Depends on the old.
Yeah. Remember that battery-operated car you got, Michael? Yeah. He'll be at the kiss and ride for you.
Yeah.
Take the metro with all your Pelican cases.
Nobody. What I'm going to need is a detailed flight itinerary, which you seem to be cagey about providing. I don't know what the hell.
Well, he hasn't bought the ticket yet. He wanted to see if they'd come down.
Have you bought a ticket yet?
Yes, I bought a ticket.
Of course he has.
I had to clear. I had to clear. We had PayPal money in our account, so
you had to clear it. Don't like it when it sits there gathering dust.
The show pays.
Yeah.
I fly.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I thought Charlie Bernie paid. Anyway, hey, buddy, how you doing? Rob's gonna be okay. You want to say something to him? Well, yeah, come on in. Yeah, thank you. That's very polite of you to say that.
Hey, buddy.
Rob got a good report from the doctor today. He's going to be okay.
Okay.
We're all sad about it. Yeah.
You're going to have to wait a little longer for the inheritance.
What?
He's back.
What? Say something.
How did he do that? He did both sides.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Now you go the other way and come back around the other way. Watch it. There he goes. See you. Bye, Michael. Bye. See you later. Bye. Bye. Go that way and then come back over this way.
Go around.
There. Oh, there he goes. All right,
stage directions.
All right. He just left that way. Hey, and he's going to come. Oh, he came.
Oh.
Movie magic.
Yeah, it is.
All right. I got to wrap up the show in a bit here. All right. Okay. See you later.
I did hear him say he's glad I'm better, so thank you, Michael. Appreciate that.
Well, we are. We have to take a break. Enough of that. I think we've had plenty of that today. We've had
a little too much. Thank you.
That.
Yeah.
It's constant. We'll take a break, and we will come back. Did you have time between visits to do Soundtown?
Of course.
Oh, excellent. All right, we'll have that and more fun coming up right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. He lives!
I like baseball.
The one constant through all the years has been baseball.
I'm having a lot of trouble with Little League. I'm watching this other coach. He's loud. But the thing is, the kids are doing what he says.
First base, second base, third base, home.
Go to second. Go to second.
Second base.
Tell him to go to second.
Who's on first? I don't know. Third base.
It's not about the winning and losing at this stage, but at least come on.
There's no crying in baseball.
I'm trying to control it.
Catch all the exciting action of TMOS all season long in 5K.
Holy cow.
On Facebook, YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes, Alexa, TikTok, and at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
How about that?
I want to win.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara
Really
Show.
clever. They use the music from the Bad News Bears was the music in that.
God.
I love it. Yeah.
Hey, food that's fast doesn't have to be fast food. Freshly. We're talking about Freshly, folks. They offer quality meals without the hard work. Their meals are designed by nutritionists, cooked by chefs, then delivered fresh to Oscar's door. He loves it.
Love
He's loved it for a long time.
Every Sunday, I see the stoop, the box comes, and I got my meals for the week. I love it.
All set.
Other meal deliveries need to be prepared and cooked, but Freshly is ready to eat in 3 minutes. No one wants to spend an hour cooking dinner after a rough day at work or an infuriating commute. So skip the grocery shopping and dirty dishes. Your Freshly meals arrive cooked and fresh every week. Use the Freshly website or app to find meals that fit your lifestyle with plans that work for your dietary needs, preferences, tastes, and family size. I love that they are delivered fresh, not frozen, and always delicious. The steak peppercorn is
absolute favorite.
Oscar loves Freshly. You will too. It's delicious. You're going to love it. Stop stressing about dinner. Right now, Freshly is offering our listeners $125 off your first 5 orders when you go to freshly.com/TMOS. That's $125 off freshly.com/TMOS, people.
What a sound.
Did you hear that? Make some noise.
Soundtown.
Would you ever want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Of course.
I suppose if it was something neat and unique.
Yeah, because this guy, I mean, the records keep
Something
getting weirder.
Cool. Like, I don't want to be in there for the most foreskin, right?
Well,
that's gross.
Well,
I do.
Well, actually, I'm pleased to say my record is standing strong. But
here it comes, still going.
Oh, wow. Oscar, that's a 5 skin.
I'm doing simply the face shot of a man pulling his foreskin.
No, he's not. He's showing us. So, when a guy goes to Guinness with a record that hasn't been attempted yet, they have to establish a baseline. And so, if you doubt that we have too much time on our hands as a people, a guy says, I'd like to set the record for running with a running chainsaw balanced on my chin. What do I have to do to get that record?
Wow.
And the Guinness people said, 32 feet? Well... He
running with a running chainsaw on his chin.
Balanced on his chin. And guess what? He did 32 feet and more.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 5, 4.
Come on!
Come on, man.
63 meters, a running lawnmower on the chin. That was terrifying.
That was, and I don't know why the guy said lawnmower, because it was a chainsaw. I saw the video. 206 feet he went.
Yeah.
So if you want to start practicing, or maybe have Michael start practicing about how far you can do. I don't know. So these ex-volunteer firemen in Mike, it's a state called Florida. They were no longer part of the fire department, but they saw on the auction block from their old firehouse the truck they were on. And they said, well, we can't let just anyone have it. So they bought it and turned it into a beer truck. And they call themselves thirst responders.
So behind us is a 1991 E1 apparatus. We used to volunteer on it. We saw it on the auction block, decided we wanted to pick it up before it went anywhere else, and started just shooting ideas back and forth, came up with a beer truck, mostly a tap truck. So we can do anything through here, not just beer or liquor. We can do multiple different beverages.
But I'm guessing it's mostly beer. I don't think that, like, what do you want?
Smart.
I'll have a Fresca, please. Beer. Mike, heavy metal music played on instruments that you're unaccustomed to hearing heavy metal music played on. I think you'll know all of these songs, and they tell what the instrument is at the beginning of each clip.
Hammer dulcimer. Steel pen.
Love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
The last one's the best one, though.
See that?
Slapophone.
Thunderstruck on a slapophone. Yeah. It's music. It's all music. I love that. I thought that was very cool. Now, there's this guy, and his name is Chris Sandberg, and he's pissed because Taco Bell stopped making the grilled stuffed nacho. So he said,
God, no.
He said, I'm going to this story has a lot of holes. He says, I'm going to protest the fact that they don't have the grilled stuffed nacho anymore by working out every day until they have the grilled stuffed nacho. Well, they finally made one just for him. But before that happened, he lost 87 pounds.
Oh, my God.
Waiting for them to make the grilled stuffed nacho.
I thought they got rid of it too soon. Like when I discovered the grilled stuffed nacho, I think it was the last week it was on the menu. When I had it, because they made me one, I was like, is this not going to be as good as I remember it? Like, it's been a lot of buildup. It was better than I even remember. I got to say it.
I don't know, because to me, I
Who do you
like
think's
Taco
dumber,
Bell.
the guy that did the beer truck or the guy that was all upset about the stuffed nacho? They both sound they sound like brothers. Don't they?
The beer
Do you
truck
think he
was,
had a chainsaw balanced on his chin?
that guy's
too?
an entrepreneur at least. I don't know what this guy is doing.
But Taco Bell all tastes the same to me. You can't tell me that you can't get two different things and put together and make a grilled stuffed nacho.
My son loves Taco Bell. When I've eaten a Taco Bell the last time, I get the most simple soft burrito you can get without any of the crap on it. I just get the meat poured inside because it's so basic. If I've ever ordered anything
Like
that's
a Supreme?
super special, even like a chalupa
quesarito
or the Dorito crunch, they smell like ass. They smell like they've been sitting on a shelf for too long in a warehouse. But if you get the soft tacos, which they
That's
run
the healthy
through,
alternative?
Sure.
Sure. Well, low sodium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of low sodium there. And get it with a nice frozen Mountain Dew.
Yum,
That's
yum.
good, healthy food. All right, let's close with this. A marriage, a wedding is a beautiful thing, a solemn ceremony, except when the ring bearer is not expecting to see his own mom in the wedding dress coming down the aisle. Ring bearer steals the show. This went viral yesterday. I love it. Hi, Mom! Hi,
Mommy!
Yeah, well, you know what? Mom should have been a little more careful. You're not supposed to see your own mom at her wedding.
That's right.
Exactly.
Is that it? Is that
Sinner.
your sound?
Mike, that's all I got today.
Okay.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. You kind of ran out of gas there at the end.
Yeah.
Raise the bar. Okay. Health crisis over now.
Right.
Okay. You understand where we
Yes,
are, Rob?
yeah.
I'm going to
about
need
you.
some new closing sound effects. I'm
Okay.
going to need the commercials rewritten. I'm going to need talking heads back on the show. All the things that you've done. Enjoy your one day of celebration, because tomorrow back to work. I need all the crap you used to do for this show.
Congratulations.
And it was lots of it, and we missed it terribly, okay?
Okay, absolutely.
The vacation is over.
What a great vacation it was.
Thank you very much. For Robb Spiewak, if I say what I'm going to say right now, I'm going to get emotional, and I'm not going to. But anyway, congratulations. I love you.
Love you, man.
I cannot believe this news. I'm flying. If anybody couldn't tell that, it ain't just the coffee. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long, folks.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
He lives.